Good day, everybody. Brian here from Quant Labs, net.com. I just wanted to go over with you a few big things that have come out. First one is the we're now able to do everything on our exchange of choice for futures and options, being Rithmic, using Python. So we got access to everything we've had with .NET, C++, full market data, uh, full orders as well. So we're now in a position where we can start live trading, hopefully successfully instead of last batch of few weeks. First thing I want to talk about are the different LLMs out there for vibe coding and what I'm seeing. All right, so let me show you um, our first thing. So people have been reporting from hftcode.com that this blueprint uh, is very valuable for them for as a starting point. So I'm going to show you the same environment and update you with where I'm at with serious AI generation now. Vibe coding, as the kiddies call it. So a couple things here I want to show you is we've got the ability now to use news that I've shown, okay, that I update now in my Quant Labs Net group. Let me just pull that up for you. So if you have joined my Quant Labs Net groups on the analytics, so you'll get access to this private chat group here. Here, I'm now making available in summary files my full analysis of the markets, futures and options specifically. This is all news driven. These are monster PDFs over 41 pages, 100% AI generated. I now have the capability to pass that into what I'm showing you here to create different trading bots that work using specific types of prompting to generate each individual bot based upon that analytical trading plan daily. I can do it every few hours, whatever I want, but I can now create trading uh, bots from that. So the first batch was done yesterday. The next batch was done last night. I'm going to show you actually the trading uh, activity for it. And I just created one just now, earlier today. And then these ones get created as well. So in this case, what you can see here, let's say for today, you can see we're creating specific trading bots in Python for market conditions and strategies. So here we have a treasury uh, regarding federal stagflation type of trade. Let me just open this up here. Okay, based upon momentum, or I'm sorry, a Fed stagflation curve. We have here a Bitcoin M6 in May concerning a halving call for momentum. Ethereum staking support with a put sell combination. Right now, I'm just using futures only because I just want to stay simple, as I keep saying. We also have here a COMEX gold geopolitical tail hedging. Obviously, that's related around the war in Iran, the Mideast. Here we have a specific one for the Hormuz breakout uh, on the oil. Here is natural gas EU, specifically for EU gas cap reversion. So you can see these are all related around the trends and the outcomes of this war with Iran. And these are the only ones that are getting generated. Okay. So this one, now I'm going to talk about the LLMs and using the same prompts um, to generate these trading prompts. I'm going to tell you my experience right now. This environment that you can set up with this uh, blueprint, we'll call it, you can see it's very cheap. I'm going to be doubling it in the next few days, just so everybody knows. If you want it, you get it now while it's not cheap, but it will double because it's now at a point where it's very valuable. I'm getting reports back. It is very valuable for people. So there's that. Um, and you can see here that we have a whole variety of different trading bots built around last night's news on the outcome of this war in the Mideast. Okay. So then what I did was this was created by GLM 5 AI. This is a Chinese AI. That's the lowest cost AI out there out of the three. I also, with this environment, tried it with Minimax and with the prompting because it's so big. As you can saw in that report, it's about I don't know 1,500 line report or sorry prompt, and I see that in a LLMs like Quant or Minimax, it breaks. The communication gets lost with the AI servers. So this will not work on the call them lower cost Chinese AI at this point. The only Chinese AI that this will work with is this, as I said, GLM5. Okay, works great. Okay, and that's the lowest cost available. So here, for today's set of news, I purposely did further tests to see what would happen on the cost and the output quality of the code. Now you may go, why can't I see the code? Because as I said, this is to deal with the provider of the data, Rithmic. I can't show it. Terms of service do not allow me to do that. Understand that, okay? The way it goes. I don't write the laws on this or the conditions, just the way it is. But I will tell you this. The Codex did do everything. It's very quick. The VLM is quite slow. So Codex is that's the latest version of Codex 5.3. That's the best one for the best value, I think, and it's so fast as well. So if that's important to you, use Codex. Now, here's where it gets really, really sad for Claude now, Anthropic. I use the Claude 4.6. Now, I'm going to put this out as a caveat for everybody. We know that Claude and Anthropic are a hot thing right now in AI, vibe coding, just general AI, especially for coding. I will tell you now that Codex is pretty well as good as Claude because I always thought Claude was the best. For the price of it now, which is generally 3 times on average more than uh, Codex. So they're kind of neck and neck for this simpler type of trading. I will say one thing. The difference is when I take that plan, that trading plan I showed you, it does create a few extra bots, namely HG, which is copper, um, and that's it. So you're paying a lot more just to get an extra bot that most likely won't perform. So for the cost, it's not worth it in my mind. The Codex, it's going to generate the same number of bots as the a GLM. So when you compare GLM versus Codex, which is OpenAI, I'm finding if you're really sensitive on cost, stick with the Chinese ones. Okay, they're the lowest cost, and the GLM is pretty good. It's getting up there, and it's still quite a bit cheaper than the Codex for using these kind of techniques. And again, big prompts, same prompts across Claude, Codex, and GLM. And these are the ones that work flawlessly in this environment. Again, built around this blueprint I'm talking about. Okay. So there's that on the bot side and the quality. Okay. I'm starting to probably lean towards saying I want to save money because I'll be doing this quite a bit with the agents out there. This is my next big step. So cost is going to be a big factor. I've said this already. If you're using Claude code and you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get hosed one way or another on the cost of generating AI and code from AI. Okay, especially if it's Claude, because the quality of code, depending upon what you're doing, um, the Chinese LLMs are getting there now. I can't for the size of the prompts, as I said earlier, I can't get it to work with Twin, and I can't get it to work with Minimax anymore because it's too big. So it just depends upon the size of your prompting and stuff. When it comes down to the cost, definitely the Chinese ones are as good. Now, again, this is all because I'm in the world of Python. If you're trying to do more advanced stuff, you may need to stick with the Codex and Claude. But because I'm doing now and more trying to just stick with Python and JavaScript and HTML, the Chinese ones seem to be okay. So again, it just depends upon your use case and what you're trying to generate, what kind of programming language, and so on and so forth. So that's an important factor now. Okay. So let me show you now the recording from yesterday. I find this really fascinating. Maybe I should show you the one from this yesterday morning. Okay. So I ran the bot, um, set of bots for yesterday morning, and I'll show you the difference. Okay. So this is yesterday morning. So you'll see the types of bots that we had available, the different types of strategies. So here's yesterday morning. So in here we had, and it was a pretty bad day because of the markets, and we're still having some bad trading days with the markets because of this war and oil, and you can see some pretty deep negative moves over the last day or so. Okay, and as I said before, when things get really bad, the only one performing is VIX, as you can see here, and it does quite well. Putting it out there for people. So this is the one from uh, yesterday morning. This is what kind of shocked me. Is the best performing one was this having called momentum base, and then the geopolitical on gold, which is a tail hedge. Again, this is just futures. Futures. That's it. This is all simulated data using market data from really the CME through Rithmic. And then we have a stagflation uh, curve. This is easily by far the most important metric when it comes to what will be the future of quant trading, the future of trading firms, family offices, and the like, hedge funds. The only jobs that'll be left over are going to be systematic portfolio managers. This is what we're doing right now. So these systematic portfolio managers go, golly gee, what should be the only strategy I should be running for today or at this time frame? Yesterday, surprisingly, it was the Bitcoin. Bitcoin having momentum was it drew the most profit. But you can see here, win ratio's pretty good for uh, CZN M6 Fed stagflation. But here we have this is crazy. The drawdowns are much higher with gold than with Bitcoin at this time, yesterday morning. That's the thing is that volatility and these drawdowns for gold, that's pretty extreme. That's how extreme and volatile the markets are. And people may not like it. If you're a traditional trader, if you're not doing this, you're going to get cleaned out pretty fast, or you're going to get scared off from trading. But you can see overall, if you're doing what I'm doing, just trading off of news, very short term news events, well, big news events, and letting the AI decide what should be traded. And you'll see a general trend here right across the board over these three uh, data sets. I'll show you. You can see here, this is what's being recommended right now in very extreme times. Bitcoin, gold, uh, that's Treasury, ZN, and then NYMEX on the oil. That's tradable. All these types of strategies. And here's the individual performance of each all along through here. And you can see here the best for yesterday morning was Bitcoin futures and a little bit of gold. Okay. So that's why I stress that the systematic portfolio manager is going to be the new job of the future and only trade where you're making money at that time. At the same time, being able to generate a new set of trading bots because of the volatility and have a new set of trading bots ready to go based upon how the market evolves for the day because of this extreme bunch of exogenous events called war. It's going to have huge impact on oil. It's going to have huge impact on gold, as you can see, and treasury. Okay. because the Treasury was the financing wheel or blood circulation for the U.S. government, and that gets affected as well. So there's really no safe haven in the traditional sense because of this extreme volatility. Okay, so that's yesterday morning. But where it gets very interesting is when I show you um, the ones from this one right here is the report, I believe. Let me see here. Um, yeah, it's a different level of. Let me see here if I can load it up in my PowerShell. Okay, so let me just see here. Yeah, so here, uh, yeah, this one right here. So let me see. So, okay, I see where it's at. Okay, so let's just see, making it right here. Okay, so this is now kind of late yesterday and ran it, I believe, overnight and into the morning. So here, again, different time period, and it radically changes. So here we had Bitcoin proving to be uh, a really powerhouse for profit yesterday morning throughout the day. And then with something happening in natural gas, I could pull it up if I wanted to, but just from a trend perspective, on a trend potential, you can see here natural gas started to profit really good. But the funny thing is, look at the big drawdown you get with natural gas. So the question becomes, do you want to take that risk of this crazy volatility on natural gas if you're going to get these severe drawdowns? Okay. So I can look at the metrics here and you can see here that NYMEX was driving a 4.3 Sharpe ratio, and we have here a maximum drawdown of 36K. Now I can't remember the starting amount, um, but this is all prestige. This is not real money, but it's using real data. But I'm just trying to show you how volatile the markets are right now, and how the key word really is unpredictable markets. Okay, because of this war. And then you see here, all the other ones are just not performing. We've got Ethereum in there as well. Bitcoin was performing earlier in the day. So it goes to show you um, that what you think you'd be making money on would be crude oil, but it's not. It's natural gas if you're willing to take on the risk of the volatility. And again, this is a mean reversion strategy, I believe. But again, that's what matters. So here we have the NGK. Yeah, it's a gas cap mean reverting strategy. So it was taking advantage of some form of spread, um, and being able to get this type of profit because of the news, and the AI was able to figure out the proper strategy to use. So a profit from a bit, but it it took on quite a bit of volatility and drawdown for it. So but with a Sharpe ratio of 4.3, that's pretty strong. So if you look at the metrics now of Bitcoin over the same period, um, the entries are okay. Two uh, stops were hit, but still made money. But again, this is what I'm trying to prove is the importance of this type of analysis. Now, um, that's yesterday. So we had a pile. Let me see if I have um, a report from earlier today on the 12th of March. Do believe I have something here. Let me just see. I don't think I have. Um, so there you go. But this is the new reality of how to make money in the markets now. Unfortunately, because of the crazy, it's not volatility, it's the unpredictable events, unpredictable volatility. When you have a president acting the way he is, who's so unpredictable, it's just really hard to know what. and where to make money is. You may think as a human, but it's quite clear that's not the case. And again, being able to respond, create a trading plan for a certain time period, and then be able to trade out, create bots quickly, and that's why I like Codex because you're not. I should correct myself. Based upon this type of environment, I would prefer to use GLM5 to create trading bots, but it's slow, very slow. Whereas if I want to create trading bots based upon trading news as fast as possible, then that's where I'd use the latest Codex. Um, and you pay a little more with Codex, but the quality, as I said earlier, is the same. So under these conditions, with the high volatility and unpredictable nature, I probably would go with the Codex for now. Anyways, so that's pretty well everything I want to show for today. As I said, there's a couple of things happening on my website. So at quantlabsnet.com, we just did a earlier sale earlier in the week where we raised the cost of 50%. Okay, so what I'm referring to is this under the try option. Right now it's 67 a month. You can try it for free. 7 days. This will go up again. Okay, this my target market's 127 a month. So if you took a trial at the 47 or even lower, congratulations, because you're now permanently grandfathered in. But this will happen. This price increase will happen again because of now the value that we're seeing the markets improving everything and being able to develop trading bots very quickly in response as I talked earlier. So this will go up. Um, Also, I did talk about my at hftcode.com. This one right here at hftcode.com. This one will double again and probably double again as well because this right now is, well, in this case, 23, 24 euro. It'll double. And then over time, in a couple of weeks, it will get up to just under 100 US dollars. That's the goal. And people go, I can't afford it. Well, if you want to afford it, now's the time. Um, because as I said, we're now able to do live orders, sorry, live trading. Um, and once we can get that track record underway through the show receipts, then yeah, it's going to be a premium level of service for people, and verifiable on top of that. Um, so, because I'm probably only one talking about a proven track record, um, that will make it very valuable in itself. And we have a different target. I'm having a different target market right now as well. So what I'm trying to tell you is now's the time to jump on this or not. It's not much I can tell you. Okay. That's just the way it is. Thanks for watching. And if you're sitting on the fence on this stuff, now's the time to jump in and get on my email list. If you get on my email list, all you gotta do is hit the Learn tab. You'll get a well, year plus book, whatever. But it's kind of valuable for some people for the infrastructure for C++ shops. People have found value in that. I think we're up to 1,500 copies, maybe 2,000 copies have been downloaded, and when people join. Okay, so we're reaching a much bigger audience, and the audience is growing much faster now. I'll be putting out some reports on this over the next couple of days. We get big numbers on that on LinkedIn, uh, in the 15,000 plus. So we are targeting the right crowd. So if we garner the right attention for the right target market, things will all change. I've said that in my streams before. So what I'm trying to say, it might not be as accessible for a lot of people, but as I said, now's the time to jump in. Um, and as I say, the early bird gets the worm. We'll talk to you later. Have a good day.